Hey guys, this is AnHDueling here, bringing you our first ever card review. It's going to be on Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness. So, Gorz is a level 7 Dark Fiend type monster. 2700 attack, 2500 defense. So very decent attack and defense. When you take damage from a card your opponent controls, you can special summon this card from your hand. You must control no other cards to activate and resolve this effect. When this card is special summoned this way, you can choose the appropriate effect based on the amount of damage, based on the type of damage you took. If you took battle damage, you special summon an Emissary of Darkness token, Fairy type light, level 7, and its attack and defense are equal to the amount of battle damage you took. And the effect, if you took effect damage, you inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. So it's a very good card. Most of the time you're going to be taking battle damage. It's very rare that you're going to use its effect when you take effect damage. You know, maybe if you're a very smart duelist, you could use this card against Chain Burn, but I don't know. I've only ever used it on battle damage, and it's extremely effective because not only do you take the original damage, but when you summon this card, when it's special summoned this way, you get to special summon an Emissary of Darkness token, and its attack and defense are equal to the amount of damage you took. So your opponent attacks you directly, let's say with, I don't know, let's just say with Goblin Attack 4, and that's a bad example. Gene Werewolf, okay? And he attacks and take 2000, special summon Gorz, and special summon the token. Now, if it was a monster with higher attack than Gorz, such as Acid Golem, and he attacked, attack me directly while I control no cards, I'd get Gorz and the token. And next turn, the token could attack Acid Golem and eliminate that, get rid of that, and then Gorz could attack directly. So now you got a 2700, 2500 attack and defense monster. So it's very, very good card, you know, especially because of the token. The token is what makes this card so good. 2700, 2500, you know, it's basically an immediate +1 when you summon it to the field. So that's why it's so good. Another thing that makes Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness, a very good card is the fact that there isn't very many cards that can negate Gorz's summon, because of the fact that the summon is in the damage step. Solemn Judgment can't negate it because it's in the damage step. Thunder King can't negate it because it's in the damage step. Bottomless Trap Hole can't negate it because it's in the damage step. Black Horn of Heaven can't negate it because it's in the damage step. Torrential Tribute can't negate it because it's in the damage step. And the list goes on and on, guys. Solemn Warning can, because it's in your hand, and you can use Solemn Warning on the actual effect. But you know, there's not very good chance that your opponent's going to have Solemn Warning set face down. So basically 9 times out of 10 you're going to bust this card out and your summon isn't going to be negated. Most of the time this guy comes into effect in the late game when your opponent's used up all their resources. They've used their dimensional prisons, they've used their mirror forces, they've used, you know, Sacred Armors, whatever they run, and they've used all their defensive spells and traps. So this guy's going to, you know, just annoy them because it's very hard to get over in the late game, especially because of that token. And 2700, you know, it's nothing to laugh at. It's a fairly decent attack, and the token as well. It's just a pain in the neck for him. So this guy will win you games. This guy will win you. This guy has won me in countless games because I've just dropped him in the late game, and your opponent is like, what the hell? There's no way he can get over it. He's used up all his resources. There's just nothing. He's got nothing to combat Gorz the Emissary. And the token he brings out when you take the battle damage. So if I had to rate this guy, I'd give him an 8 out of 10, just because well, he actually is pretty easy to summon. So because you can play into him and everything. Just, you know, leave all the cards in your hand, and when you take some damage, summon him. So the ease, or how easily he can be special summoned, the few amount of cards that can negate his summon. It's like 2 cards in the game, so on the warnings, that can negate his summon, so it's probably a couple more, but that's about it. But yeah, the lack of cards that can negate his summon in this format makes him very, very good. And just basically his high attack and defense, plus the summoning of the token when you take battle damage, is just going to overwhelm your opponent and force them, you know, to do whatever they can to protect their hand and field advantage, and force them into a lot of defense when you drop this guy in the late game. So my rating, 8 out of 10. Thank you guys, this is AnHDueling signing out.